Hi, this is Shakira.
And this is Dia,
We're cooking up a great conversation.
starting with a cup of insights,
Add a tablespoon of fun.
a slice of drama,
Drama. A pinch of salt.
para may konting alat, and lots of pepe.
Siyempre, may anghang.
Welcome to Salt and Pepe Podcast.
Welcome back to Salt and Pepe Podcast. I am Shakira Season.
Hello, welcome back. I'm Leah. Hi, Kia. How are you?
Oh my God, Season 2. Season 2 na tayo. Officially in Season 2. It's so hard. It was easy to finish Season 1, but I wasn't sure if Season 2 was going to happen. So I'm so happy to even just be taking this step. So congrats to us. And I'm so happy. Yeah.
Me too. I'm so happy. So, yes, season 2 already. I'm so happy, really. I was really looking forward. I know naman, when we went here, I had so much faith in us that we would continue. Syempre. But of course, kasi minsan lull and we don't know what can happen, right?
Yeah.
But yes, season 2, so I'm so happy. And
So
excited.
I want to ask you, since we decided to take a break in between seasons, so what have you been up to?
Wow. Alam mo, imagine, we're thinking, 2 months, parang konti lang yun. Ang dahil talaga nangyayari within a month or 2. So, well, I'm not sure if I can't remember kung season 1 I said my mom's here. So, my mom was here. So, we enjoyed also, since 4th of July is US, kami naman July 1, Canada Day. So, we got to go to a cottage. My mom has friends here nga, diba? So, we're able to go to spend some time nga sa water. So, it's so happy. And then, finally, played pickleball too. Although I played already, mas marami ako na laro. Tapos, and then, of course, as I told you, I was joining na queer groups. Dami talaga nangyari, no? I mean, there's a lot of things that really happen, like billiards, yun. So, getting to know the community. And actually, I tried the dating apps. So, just curious. I was telling you, right? Kia, I tried it. So, it was interesting. Pero nga, the kuripot in me will not pay anything. So, it's
Of course not.
interesting because
This
yung
is a
pala,
technology na hindi natin
technology.
alam.
Exactly, di ba? Kasi I'm just curious, di ba? Finally, something that I can look into. It's just like, you have to pay pala to see if somebody likes you. And then, ang interesting pala is, if you want to have a conversation with that person, you should be a match. So both of you should have liked each other
Mhm.
before the conversation can start.
Mhm.
I'm like, ganun pala yun.
Mhm.
So far, nada. Unless, diba, if you see the person who likes you, then you can like back. And then,
Yeah.
of course, you have to pay. I'm just like, it's fun, diba? It's nice lang na, uy, nag-match without even knowing that you liked each other. Nag-swipe right ba? Ganyan. But it's
Exciting.
just exciting siya kasi nga there's like specialty dating apps for lesbians. So, cool din. And of course, the activity that really kept me busy for the summer is my baseball team. So,
Mhm.
since we're gonna talk about careers and jobs, we can go
Mhm.
into that later.
Mhm.
So, I'm coaching also aside from my day job. I'm coaching baseball to 8 under kids. So 8 years old and under. So sobrang cute. So we've been having games, although it hasn't been as successful as we wanted to it. But for me kasi at 8 under, I think it's just really developing them. So if you know the
That's
sport of,
success in
yeah,
itself. That's the whole
actually.
point anyway.
Exactly.
You
And
know.
in baseball, kasi there's specific positions, right? So I want them to try all, even being bench. Kahit yung
Mhm.
magagaling ko, binibench ko yan. To let them know that, for me, kasi I told them, another position is the bench position. So when you're there, you have to cheer for your teammates. So everybody had the chance to go to bench. So yun. So I'm just so happy. You actually have one more game of tournament next weekend. So yun.
Yay!
That kept me
Exciting.
busy the whole time. Yun, aside from work. And then, last one. So I also enjoy watching this listening to this podcast, Handsome Podcast. It's two lesbians, one non-binary. Uh I think May Marco's my crush. May Martin is bisexual. So interesting podcast. They're all comedians. And anyway, so long story short, they came in Toronto. I watched them during the weekend. Super nice, super fun. It's my first time to really actually watch a show here, and first time na comedians
Mhm.
stand up. So very interesting. That was empowering kasi ang dami niyong boys. So saya.
Yung boys
Yun.
talaga.
Oo. That's what I've been doing. That's the only event I think I went. So ikaw,
Mhm.
how was your summer?
Well, first, when we took a break, 'di ba kasi parang naging routine na natin 'to eh for since the beginning of the year. So parang, oh shit, like, uy, wala akong recording. And when we were in season 1, 'di ba, parang automatic yung timeline natin, after this recording, then we process the whole thing and do the trailers and whatever. So parang biglang, oh shit, nabakante ako ah. Tapos but it also gave me some time to myself. It's summer here, it's very hot. So I did a lot of swimming and beach time. So I know you love that too. So pickleball also. So I can't wait to play with you since you're playing now too. And to meet all our pickleball crew
That's
here. Kasi meron na kaming group na automatic tournament na parang
mm,
12 kami na mga nyomboy na middle age like us. So it's always nice to have someone to play with.
nice.
Tapos I was very excited to hear from you that you're still game for season 2. Although we expected that we would continue anyway, but things always happen,
Yes, you never know.
you never know. And sometimes, we both have full-time jobs and sometimes we just get busy, or maybe it's not convenient or as easy anymore, and we would totally, I think, understand if that came from, either one of us. But I'm glad here we are for the first episode. And when you said that you're in this for the long haul, I was very happy, even though I would always understand kung if it's time,
Changes.
if it's time to
Yeah.
end, it's okay too, right? So for me, as long as we're enjoying this and learning from it, I'm always game to continue in this adventure, right? So
Yeah. And
yeah.
now we are on season 2, and for our first episode, so in celebration of US Labor Day, I'm so
And
bad. I
Canada
think it's also
also. I
Canada.
think, yeah,
Yes.
it also. I
Yes.
looked it up.
We will discuss our experiences and lessons in all the jobs we've had. Oh, this is so interesting. You'll learn a lot. You'll be surprised in the things I've done. So, ano ba history ng Labor Day? So, why should we celebrate? So, araw ng mga manggagawa. I remember that, syempre, sa UP, di ba? Always have that around. So, yes.
So I never knew the history of the Labor Days here in Canada and also in the Philippines. So it was good for me to look this up and do some research and actually find out. So brief history of Labor Day for both US and Canada. In the late 19th century, there were a lot of protests for fair working practices for all laborers. And labor groups decided to have like a big march. And it happened on the first Monday of September, and they declared it as Labor Day. So, thanks to these protests, we now enjoy 40-hour work week, paid time off, health benefits, and all that stuff, which wouldn't have happened if there weren't, people fighting for our rights. In the Philippines naman, hindi ba, ano yun, May 1, yung
Yes.
Kilusang Mayong Uno, Mayong Uno, I remember that. So,
Yes.
at the same time, also in like 1903, alam mo naman na we always in the Philippines follow kung anong nangyayari, right? Oh, no, they're talking about labor rights or whatever. So then, parang nag-reflect din siguro in the Philippines, like, bakit tayo wala tayong, rights or walang laws protecting the laborers? So, I learned from research that Filipino workers first marked Philippine Labor Day in 1903. because of also protests and a big march of 10,000 workers marched the streets of Manila to demand fair pay and better working conditions. So, and this was also the time that the Philippines was trying to fight against American colonial rules. So that was also part of the whole movement for Labor Day. So that's a very interesting history. And now you know, because we don't really think about that, right? Parang alam lang natin
Yeah.
holiday, right? So parang,
Exactly.
okay, it's the end of summer. At least here, it's the end of summer, but you don't really think, ano ba talagang nangyayari sa Labor Day, right?
Until now, you see the marches on those days. Although here, I don't see much, of course, sa Philippines until now because we know
Oh,
the practices there talaga is
it
uh
still
still,
needs work, right?
yes, mas desired pa talaga exactly so much. Like
Yes.
yung mga maternity leave, and I mean in the US also, I think. Kasi
Yeah.
I work na in
Uh,
HR benefits, so it's really
at
different.
least meron kang, you can file a case here in the Philippines, parang take it or leave it for the most part, 'di ba? Yung
Yeah,
parang
tsaka
kung may
here.
reklamo ka, you can try, pero in the end, kung
Yes,
talagang,
our trip
you
talaga.
work for a bad company, wala kang magagawa.
Yeah,
Yes.
so here in North America, it's really they can't just let you go, right? I mean, it's a
It has to be
long
justified. There's like a
process.
paper trail, and
Exactly.
also kung kasuhan mo man lang, if you do have like an employee kahit na walang kaso and they file a case, usually the company will just settle because a
Exactly.
lawsuit is too expensive and takes too long. So parang merong mga troublemaking employees na they'll just file a case kahit na walang bearing, and it's just hard to prove kung may nangyari or wala. So babayaran na lang ng company, right? Because there are lawyers who will take that case. And in the Philippines, wala masyadong ganong protection. So employers aren't that careful
Yes,
about,
exactly. So,
being
Bev,
fair and following the law.
exactly, being
Yeah.
fair. That's
Yeah.
the term, right? Operative word.
Yeah.
So I'm
So,
excited about this episode, no? Kasi I really wanna know about. We don't really talk about it, right? Our
no.
employment history or what we do.
No. Yeah.
But
Kasi
it's
nga,
an
'di ba,
interesting.
we're we don't really talk about jobs and our work history kasi parang our personalities are just, we're already,
Yes.
alam mo yung pagka you go into a party tapos hindi kayo magkakakilala, the first thing people ask always is, what do you do? Right? But we've
Well,
never been like that. And also, like, I tend to gravitate towards people and friends na hindi yun yung first question, na hindi ka defined by your job and parang consumed by your job. And sometimes, I feel like, yung mga nami-meet ko nga, like, lately, parang I don't even know kung ano yung trabaho nila, right? I think, kasi parang it's not so relevant, right? So,
exactly. It's really
yeah.
when we meet, it's like you're always your interest, diba? I mean,
Yeah.
not exactly your work. So Philippines kasi usually that's exactly what you talk
Yeah.
about. So I'm so
Yeah.
excited. So with this first question, so what was your very first job?
My very first job. Well, first I want to talk about why we're talking about this in the first place,
Okay.
diba? Kasi sabi ko, like, I was thinking na we're at that age now, we're kind of like mid or towards the end of our careers, actually. We're probably just cementing our careers, planning for retirement maybe. So parang we have this wealth of experience behind us that we want to share with our listeners. Kasi nga, our mission here is always to be the person that you didn't have growing up. So
I really
it
like
would be
that.
good to share that with others. So about my first job, um, I come from a family na bawal maging idol, right? So yung summer, most kids I break, it's a break, it's time to rest, ganyan. Wala kasi sa family namin noon. Like, aside from you take some kind of class na swimming or whatever, or my parents would hire my older sisters to actually create a curriculum for the summer with
Mm.
like my math, ganyan-ganyan. So parang nasa school din kami ng brother ko yung throughout the summer. Or when we were older, we always had jobs. kahit na within the company, there's always a job kung ano man kung when we were younger, dun sa warehouse, if they're like, processing the books and the magazines, yun yung gagawin namin. And then when we were older, we could work in the stores. So we would work in one of the few first stores that we had was in Makati Cinema Square. So kami ng brother ko, super, super kabisado namin yung Makati Cinema Square because that's where we had our summer jobs. So, naging mga tendera at saka tendero kami. So, we really understand, service culture and how to not just treat customers, but, treat service people properly because we've already been in their shoes. So, in my college years, nandun naman ako sa office of our family business. So learning like how to work in an office and whatever. So by the time na I finished school, parang meron na akong work experience and marunong na ako ng parang how to be an employee. So my first job out of school was actually at a call center. So one of the first call centers, actually probably the first call centers in the Philippines, nagwork ako for not very long. It's probably less than a year, but it's also an interesting experience.
Yes.
I don't know kung alam mo yon, but
I didn't know that.
yeah.
Ang
So,
galing.
yeah. And then, but because that was so short, I didn't really consider that my first job. And then I worked for the company for a little bit until I moved to the States. And when I moved to the States, I think I really considered that the real start of my professional life. Kasi ano na siya, outside the family business. And parang I really felt like I'm really on my own and I am the one who will chart this path. So those are my first work experiences. Ikaw naman, what was your first job?
So, like, unlike you, my dad said, don't work until you finish school. I never knew why he said it, but he explained naman, kasi you might like it and you might not finish school. I'm like, I don't think I won't finish school as I like school more. Ganon na ba? So anyway, so I think because I watch so many American TV series or shows, like, 'di ba, like they always say have a summer job, ganyan. So sa Pilipinas parang wala ako nakikitang summer job, or maybe we're not just really exposed to that because summer talaga for us was like summer workshop, beach, everything talagang fun. Anyway, so I think I was like fourth year, malapit na ako mag-college noon eh, high school. So sabi ko, hindi ako, tapos na pala ako yeah, malapit na ako mag-college. And I wanted to see how it would be like to work. A timing, ACA video, where you rent Laserdisc, whatever, had the summer job opening. I'm just like, go, diba? And time na may girlfriend din ako. So we decided na, tara, let's go. So that was my first summer job with my girlfriend then. Very interesting kasi that was my first time to know about operations of business, whatever. So, of course, may training, everything. Very interesting for the people I got to meet there. Backstory. So, well, agamulak na hita ko, but this is the most interesting person who was there. Bongbong Marcos.
Oh, wow.
And of course, I knew about, of course, I'm like, why is he here? Isn't he supposed to be away? I mean, I was just so confused. But of course, as in, okay naman siya. I mean, I guess when he relates to other people, he's okay, diba? But I was like, oh my gosh, should I say something? Parang sa utak ko, mga ganun, diba? And then he actually came back and said, I would like you to recommend another movie because you're the one who recommended me whatever movie that was. I'm like,
You don't remember?
No, I don't
the
remember. I
movie?
think, don't talk to me something in my head. But parang I feel like I was betraying my country. Parang kung ganon. Anyway, so,
At least he liked your taste.
exactly, right? And I think siguro, because I like to thank my family, the way I guess we approach people and
Yeah.
talk. We're so comfortable talking to people. At that age, like I was like, what, fourth year high school. I couldn't remember what I recommended. I wish I remembered. So I said, was that me? I was like, yeah, it was you. And it was just telling me those things. Anyway, so that was an interesting experience. So, just a background, I finished physical education nga as my bachelor's degree. So the moment I graduated, my first ever job talaga was really teaching swimming for summer.
Mhm. Oh.
Yeah, it was in a country club, and then there was a posting in the billboards, school, and then it's like, oh, let's go. It's my first. I'm out of school. Let me try this. So,
Mhm.
yun, very interesting din kasi
Mhm.
nga dami mo natutunan talaga. That's what I like eh. Nung time na yon sobrang kalat talaga. I was just really not thinking about career. I didn't know exactly what I wanted to do. All I wanted to do was sports. That was it. And then I went into magulo. Magulo talaga ako nun. So yun, that was my first job. Swimming teacher.
Wow. So
Diba?
marunong ka palang magturo ng swimming?
Oh, yes. Yes. Marunong na
As
ako
in
magturo.
like from the basics of, oh, that's interesting.
For kids, yeah. For
Yeah,
kids.
because
Adults.
I've taken a lot of swimming classes when I was a kid. So parang inisip ko, would I be able to teach this since I love it so much?
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
so. Yeah, you just throw them in the water. No, just kidding.
I did,
So,
something I didn't know about you.
yes.
Again,
So with that, yeah, more actually you'll know more pa. So what were your realizations about your first jobs? Like, feeling mo seryoso ka na talaga nun, like after
I
school.
think, yeah, I think I really felt it moving to the States. And it's probably similar with you kasi parang feeling mo talagang wala ka ng fallback, right? You cannot screw this up, right? And especially for me, my first job in the States, it was tied to my papers. So talagang there's no room for error. Kailangan talaga I do well. Hindi pwedeng mag-relax. I needed to be the best because otherwise, baka kailangan akong umuwi. And
Yes.
I moved to the States for love. So parang kailangan ko talagang pagbutihin even though it was hard, you know. So um, it was really a struggle because I couldn't just be an employee and to be relaxed about the job. I knew I couldn't leave my job because my papers were attached to it. And I really had a hard time with my first job because it was really physically exhausting, and also because when a company or an employer knows that you have no choice but to stay, they will really take advantage, right? I think so. I think that's the same in every kind of relationship. I know this episode is not about love, but in any relationship, friendship, even family relationships, the people around you, they should know that they can depend on you, but they should also know that they can't abuse you, because if they know that you will take whatever abuse, then it's our nature really to take advantage kung walang umaangal na tao. Right?
True.
So, my phone in question ba? Sorry, my phone is ringing.
I
I
didn't
just
hear
have
it.
to ignore it. Oh, okay. So good you're not hearing it. Yeah. So, because I had a hard time with that job, I also felt that it built built character in me, because that's really what helps your I think experience really builds your character, especially difficult experiences. You really learn from it, especially when it pushes you to feel a lot of things. Especially if it's negative things, then you kind of make decisions for yourself, how to protect yourself moving forward. So, um, when had a bad work experience, it was I did of course it's not a good thing, but it was good to experience that, because it kind of gave me a blueprint for what is a terrible working condition, so that in the future jobs, even though I'm having a hard time, I just have to think back to that, and parang isipin ko na parang actually hindi pa to mahirap. Parang, sinagot lang ako ng boss ko or whatever. It's not even hard. Like hard was what I went through. So whatever it is that I'm experiencing now is really not a hard but as hard as I think it is, even though at that moment it feels so bad. It's just like I'm always going back to love for some reason. If you have a really bad relationship and if you're with a really bad partner in the future relationships, pagka nahirapan ka, you'll think back na parang, yes, this is hard, but it wasn't as hard as that one.
Oh,
Right?
yes.
And then you have
Totoo.
you gain a more understanding of the person or any kind of relationship, again, the person you're with, because you know that, oh no, they're not a bad person, you know what, who's a bad person, and then you like think back to that time, right? So
Exactly.
I credit that part of my life for teaching me so many things, so I want to know what your experiences were and what you learned about the adulting part of starting your actual career.
Wow, kasi nga, so what happened was talagang my career path was really going to be becoming a PE teacher, which
Mhm.
happened naman. Medyo complicated nga because of course, uh, the school, we talked about my school. Siyempre, it pays to be a really good student. Time na yon, hindi pa ako certified license. But if they know naman you're gonna take your license, you have like like several, I think basta within 2 years, dapat nakuha mo na yung teacher's licensure mo, whatever. So, the school nga, I went back to my former school, turo ako doon, and I really enjoyed it. So sabi ko, I'm gonna get my license for sure. So
Mhm.
that was yun na yung talagang official first job kasi hindi man siya summer teaching. So I really taught PE. I enjoyed it. But of course, you think kasi parang, okay, you're gonna teach PE, ang dami palang paperwork. Yun ang, if you know a teacher, the paperwork is the worst. You know, you would love teaching, but of course, there's grades, you have to evaluate the kid.
You, you don't
Sobrang
think about those
dami.
things, ano?
Yeah, and exactly, like, 'di ba your dad asked your sister to make curriculums, you have to have your curriculum, everything, 'di ba? Ang mahirap pa with us, kahit in my school, PE teachers, meron mga quizzes pa rin, 'di ba? Parang if you really think about it, dapat wala ng quiz eh. Alam mo 'yun, it's physical education. So anyway, that's another story. Uh, so yun. But eventually, because I wanted nga to get certified, so sa complicated. So I had to stop first to fix my
Mhm.
licensure and everything. And then eventually, I realized, shucks, wait, I had so much other opportunities. So I thought now, wait, I think I like to be a strength and conditioning coach. So basically, talagang I was just out there, but it was more really into sports.
Mhm.
So I got to teach college,
Mhm.
grade school, high school. I taught in San Beda, I taught in Calayan College, multiple intelligence. So I told my school. So those schools talaga, I really taught in a lot of schools. And then eventually I wanted to venture in strength and conditioning. That's where naman I got to, there's a facilities for strength and conditioning. And then I got to work for the national team. Yon, that was really one of my favorite. Of course, yon, not so good learning experience talaga. It's really sad in Philippine government. I mean, mapapahay ka na lang, 'di ba? Na parang uh and you think syempre ako naman, 'di ba? I'm being paid by the taxpayers and they're not
Yeah.
really using me fully. Basta ang dami mong
Uh-huh.
questions eh.
Mhm.
It's just so hard yung patakaran. I mean, it's so sad that there are students who are studying these things and they really learn, but the people the higher positions don't get those people who graduated, they don't get the profession. I know, it's just really weird. Anyway, so yun. So yun yung mga experiences ko, meaning which I like naman is because I've also got, kahit yung mga hindi mo nagustuhang work, may one or two people that sobrang galing na mentor na
Mhm.
parang you
Mhm.
learn from
Mhm.
that experience.
Mhm.
So I had also, I don't know if you ever experienced between being in between jobs.
Mhm.
So luckily rin naman, I'm in between jobs. I have like rackets, right?
Mhm.
Like small jobs in between. So you'll be surprised because I love the theater. Our family's also into theater. I was in between jobs. My cousin goes, Leah, do you want to be assistant stage manager for Rent? I'm like, yes. I mean, kahit hawak lang, that's rent, that's my favorite
Yeah.
musical ever. So I was asked to
Oh,
be
ang galing.
an assistant stage manager. So I was like on stage, right?
Wow.
I was there and we had to know everything what's going behind the scenes kami yon. So, and because of that, syempre bias ako pinsan ko, but sobrang ang dami kong natutunan with that. Kasi meticuloso, if you're really professional people, that's what I like when you meet really professional people. You really get things. And then of course, exactly what you said, if you go to a not so good place, alam mo eh, kasi you've
Mhm,
been to somebody who's
mhm,
professional and this is
mhm,
how you're supposed to do, and you go like, teka, hindi yan, that's not how it should do. So
mhm,
I think because of those things, I've learned so much. Being helping in projects, I like doing those two mga little, talagang
mhm,
small projects, and we also like my softball teammates. We did our own softball camp for girls.
mhm,
That we did that for 4 to 6 years.
mhm,
I was the head director, and then others had their tasks. So I had
mhm,
also my other teammate who was so into production.
mhm.
I learned so much. That's why I'm able to do this, like do transcripts. So anyway, so ang dami ko natutunan. And of course, I also learned horrible bosses.
Yeah.
Really, my gosh. I've like I think we're the same na
Mm.
you don't quit until you're sure you have another job. I
Yeah.
think, right? So that time, it was my first time na talagang, no, I can't. I, for the first time, I had to say, I don't want to continue anymore. And
Mhm.
then horrible bosses. Well, you don't have to because I'm firing you. I'm like, oh,
Ah,
okay. But
parang
I
sige na
said
nga,
it.
ikaw na makipag-break.
That's just so funny. Ganon siya. Ganon
Oy,
siya
may nangyari
makipag-yeah.
sa'kin yun din,
Imagine.
gano'n.
That's so weird, diba? I mean, if you're a professional, I said it, I'm not naman the type na who would be confrontational, diba? I quit. Hindi naman ako ganon eh. Diba? But I had to say, I don't
Yeah,
think I'd like to continue with the
continue.
ano, and then I think we were having a weird conversation, and then syempre at top of his voice, feeling niya boss siya.
Mhm.
Okay, you don't have to quit because I'm firing you. I'm like, okay. I think wala nga kaming prosesan after that eh. So I had those experience, and then I went to this reputable school, really
Mhm,
reputable school, and the way old school talaga yung boss ko doon, and I'm like, you're not supposed to treat students that way. Parang I don't want to be a faculty member of somebody like you. Parang in my head, syempre. Yun talaga, I couldn't finish the school year. But of course, I finished all, hindi ko naman iiwan na, hindi natatapos yung grades and everything. But when I was done with that, I said, sorry, I cannot. Even the higher na, yung higher than my boss, say, you know what, can you just stay a bit? Because sayang, you might not have a good record with us if you leave now. I
mhm,
said, the school is nice. There's so much pa that this school can do, but I cannot be part of this person's faculty.
mhm.
Yun.
Oh, that's good. It's a good experience to
Sobra.
actually be pushed to stand up for yourself and say, I'm not gonna stand for this, and I'm
Yeah,
gonna.
because sobra. Yung talagang, alam mo yung teacher na gumaganon sa mga bata?
Ano ba
Ganon.
yun?
Ano ba yun talaga? And it's such a, I'm like, no. And
Yeah.
it's
And that's
weird.
gonna be on you, right? That's gonna
Yeah.
be on you if you're complicit and you
And I
allow
was
that,
telling
right?
them, this person is not, you have to hear the complaints of the students. You have to listen to your students. Syempre, I already told them already yung complaint ko dito.
Mhm,
Kahit tenure yan, you cannot. Right?
mhm.
And I don't want to be part of his faculty. Yan, nasabi ko tuloy his. Anyway, that person's
Yeah,
faculty.
that's fine. That's probably like 25 years ago.
Exactly. But
You're
anyway, those
you're
are my
okay.
experience.
Yeah.
So
Parang
far, and then right now, yun nga. I'm here in North America, and ibang story naman yan. So,
I
those are
didn't
my
know
experience.
those about you. So again, I'm learning more about you. Meron din pala tayong mga similarities. So my first job in the States, actually, it ended quite dramatically because I think there was an incident where my boss was just like losing control and screaming at everyone and throwing stuff around. And I was just like, And I was like the second, like in command, the parang the manager. And I couldn't stand for this. And I couldn't stand for it. So sabi ko na sa kanya, you need to stop this behavior because your employees are watching and there are clients wondering what the hell's going on. So if you don't stop, I'm going to leave. Eh, hindi siya tumigil. So I walked out,
Oh,
you know.
wow.
So I walked out and then that night after ko when I cooled off a little bit, I looked for another job. And then meron ng gusto mag-hire sa akin kaagad. So I started work there, but unfortunately during that time, but fortunately for me, it became a series of bad workplaces. And
Wow.
similar to what happened to you, the last one of that, the last vet hospital was the one where it's just terrible working conditions also na parang 6:30 in the morning to like 11 p.m. at night na nakatayo ka, ganyan, running around. And it's still terrible. Tapos finally, I gave my notice and I was so nice pa nga kasi I knew that I was very important. So I actually gave them 3 weeks notice, which is not even standard kasi 'di ba
Exactly.
dito 2 weeks lang. Tapos sinabihan ako na parang actually no need because we're firing you. Then ganun din yan, parang we're firing.
Ang galing.
Actually, I'm doing you a favor. If I could have quit yesterday, I would have quit. So ako na nga yung
Yes.
nagbibigay sa inyo ng ng time para hindi kayo mahirapan by giving you 3 weeks. Tapos ako pa yung ipa-fire kasi daw I can't be trusted anymore. And maybe I'll start stealing. Yung mga ganun na parang
Oh my
kung
God.
magnanakaw ako, nagnakaw na ako before. Right? So parang, yung parang mga ganun na siraulo talaga yung mga boss.
Exactly.
But it sucked at that time. But that was my big push to actually decide for myself that, I don't want to do this anymore. Kung ganito ba yung mga workplaces, at least I couldn't even if I loved animals, I had a vet degree, I just didn't want to do it anymore kasi parang either I burnt out or parang just disillusioned. Sabi ko, I need to do something else, maybe at least for a while. And I started to look for an office job. And fortunately, I was hired by a hedge fund. In common terms, it's an investment company, small investment company. And that started my career in finance. That lasted 15 years.
Wow.
Now I'm still in the same like line of work, finance, but for a tech company. So I'm glad for that, and I'm glad for the experiences that I've had. And I think we're similar in that respect kasi na parang hindi linear yung experiences natin na
Yes.
because we're taught, especially when we're young, na parang, okay, mag-aral ka, then you graduate, then you get a course related to you get a job related to your course, right? And then you climb the ladder. And then parang it's a straight line. But I think just like you, for me, it wasn't a straight line. And I'm glad that it wasn't a straight line because it taught me so many things. And ang dami mong side skills na natutunan. Kaya pala maabilidad ka. Because I'm wondering, bakit kaya maabilidad tong si Lian? I've always known that about you. That's why I always say that I'm never worried about you because I know that you'll find some kind of racket. So,
Yeah.
kaya pala, because you've done everything. And parang similar to how I feel because of my non-linear journey. Parang feeling ko, both of us, kahit saan ka bumagsak, you know, you'll find a way somehow. And that
True.
kind of confidence because we're not parang pigeonholed na isa lang yung direction mo na tunnel vision na kung mawala to, wala ka na talaga and you'll be so lost. I don't think that can ever happen to us because of our background, right?
Nice.
Right.
Yes.
So can you share with us some lessons that you've learned through the years now that we've probably been working for mga 25 years, right? So maybe
Yes.
start with like landing a job. As I mentioned, maabilidad ka. What's your job acquisition strategy?
Wow. May ganun. Ako for me talaga, I think nga because of the family again na saan ka masaya, 'di ba? Parang I always say when I have students or kids who ask me about it, I always say ano yung course. Syempre, you have kids who ask you, Coach, anong course ang okay? Ganyan. I'm like, ano ba yung gusto mo, right? It's, kasi we're so used to being dictated
Mhm.
what. But
Mhm.
I realized na you just have to do what you like.
Mhm.
And, because I don't believe also in luck eh. Parang you make your luck. So, you really have to go to that whatever course. As long as you're happy, do it. Um, sa job acquisition, you really have to absorb everything you learn. Kahit, di
Mhm.
ba, old school yan, hindi mo gusto, just observe what's happening and get what you think will really help you.
Mhm.
The jobs I've been in, I just introduced myself. Kasi in the Philippines, wala naman talagang, when I got my Philippine team conditioning coach job there, I was there for 4 years because we wanted to have our own summer camp. And then again, kasi nga I had a cool um, teammates, Donna knows about business, knows about marketing, whatever goes. We have to be affiliated with the National Softball Association. Okay, ako naman, okay, I'll go. I'm like that eh. Yung parang, I'll just go and then I'll say. So I explained who we were and this is what we wanted. We just wanted to have a softball camp. And of course, we wanted to be affiliated with the national team. And he goes, okay, I was introducing myself, what I did. And he goes, do you want to be part of the national team? I'm like, oh, of course, yes. I'm like, when the opportunity comes, just grab it. And then,
Mhm.
just trust what you know. Kasi
Mhm.
naman, you went to the course you want, trust what you know, even though you know a little, you
Mhm.
can go through it. So, Don, I learned a lot also. Of course, sad things about Philippine sports, but I also learned a lot of things, which I think because now I think I'm a good coach because I've been teaching
Mhm.
kids, adults, every spectrum, and I understand different characters and different people
Mhm.
and how to explain things and how to do that. So first one is just make sure you always get and not be afraid. Feeling ko, because don't think of the money first. Think of building your career or who you are, the money will come. Before I was so afraid, I told that to my mom. Mom, PE teacher lang ako. I said that because you wanna think na your child wants to be an executive, a doctor,
Mhm.
and my
Mhm.
mom said, masaya ka ba? Oo, okay lang yan. Sabi yan, just cross the bridge when you get there. But you become the best PE teacher, diba? You become an
Mhm.
excellent, PE teacher.
Mhm.
You will hone your skills. So like, oh, hey, I want to be, and then they got me a strength and conditioning coach. So I had to learn so much more.
Mhm.
So number one, don't be afraid to sell yourself.
Mhm.
I learned that. Trust what you know, right? Be confident. Um, like you, ang dami ko natutunan sa Sophia, like, just give 150 resumes out there, right? You'll be called one time. And if you get, for me, I get 1,000 no's. I have more no's
Mhm.
than a yes. I have to
Mhm.
say that. But the yes is, wow. Kasi nga,
Mhm.
you want that job. So, sometimes you have to, like that what Kia said, it's non-linear, go out. So when you go in a different country, you have to
Mhm.
survive, diba? But you don't
Mhm.
have to go to the things naman you don't want to do really,
Mhm.
right? So I was thinking when I got here, retail, I don't think I'll be able to be, I know I can do it. Siguro mga last resorts na yung fast food, but I know I can do it. But, I tried some retail. So I went, I think, sabi ko, Home Depot, gusto ko yan. Kasi, I will learn something
Mhm.
from there. So I went there as a cashier. I learned also a lot
Oh,
of
hindi
how
ko
they
alam
do.
'yun.
Oo. I did cashier for Home Depot. So, and actually, I was impressed about the family-owned business. It's different. It's a good environment, I have to
Yeah,
say.
at
Home
saka very
Depot.
gay friendly, 'di ba?
Yes, and
Mhm.
tsaka how they treat their employees, it's
And,
really you feel fan.
athlete friendly, 'di ba? Kasi madaming Olympians actually who work for Home Depot at saka mga NCAA, like they're very supportive of that, yung
Wow.
for athletes.
Yeah. Here kasi different eh. Parang talagang cottage. Ang dami. Anyway, so yon. What you think you learn in this particular first job, you can bring it to your next job.
Mhm.
Your work
Mhm.
ethics. always
Mhm.
bring it to the next.
Mhm.
Yun. Don't be afraid. So yun sa akin. Just
Diba?
apply the things you really want to,
Mhm.
and you'll guess you'll get disappointed. You will think, bakit kaya hindi? But
Mhm.
just go on, change, learn how to build a resume. Ang dami. You can
Mhm.
change that. You have to understand that now it's all technology. It's the
Mhm.
computer that will sort you out. So you have
Mhm.
to know those things. You
Yeah.
cannot just, you have to adjust also to the current.
Mhm.
So yun, ang dami ko pang mga isip. So
Yeah.
ikaw, how about you?
Uh, Before I forget, I want to say, just based on what you said, it's good to remember that there's no useless job. Kahit na you get a job, tas parang feeling mo, ano ba to, walang point or whatever, or you don't like it or whatever. At some point in your life, you're going to reflect on it and you realize that you learned something, whether it's like part of the job that you learned or you learned something about yourself or the people or workplaces or something. It's all going to make sense in the future kahit anong mangyari dun sa work mo. I've had a lot of times na nireject ako, and later on realize ko, buti na lang nireject ako, right?
Yes.
Like even very recently, actually when we moved out here, and then yung job ko in New York where I was remote since the pandemic decided na everybody's gonna go back to the office, so they had to let me go. So I was in between jobs for about 5 months. Tapos, iba na yung technology ng resumes, right? So, ano na ngayon lahat? AI na lahat. Puro bots
Mm.
na yung screening ng resume. Parang I had to learn, figure out how to revise my resume para to make it more attractive. um, there were some jobs na actually ang baba nung ino-offer nila na pay, but I was willing to get it because I really wanted the healthcare benefits of the job. So I really wanted to get it, but hindi ako tinanggap. But I'm glad that they didn't, because I found something that's so much better, and I probably wouldn't have been a fit there. So just keeping an open mind and knowing that um it's going to work out for you, right? Um Going back to the resume part, since this is a question on job acquisition, I think our tendency is to overlook our resume, actually, kasi parang a lot of us view it as bullshit. Right? Na parang ano ba yan? Puro pabida naman eh. Totoo ba yun? It's like all lies na puro praising yourself. It's hard to write one kasi parang feeling mo, ano ba yun? Parang binubuhat yung sariling bangko. So you try
True.
to overlook it, but usually that is your only chance in many jobs. The 3 minutes that someone actually picks up your resume and glances at it, it has to be appealing in the first like 1 minute or 30 seconds na scan nila yun. Dapat something will jump out. Right? Ngayon, computerized na lahat. So you actually like, if you read up on resume tips, they actually ask you to copy and paste the job description on the job ad and put it in your resume and
Yes.
modify it to suit your own experience para lang makalusot ka dun sa mga bots and sa AI before it gets to a person. But make sure that once it gets to a person, that something is going to
Justify.
really jump out and make you look really interesting. I've actually had responses where, they actually call me and they say, um, I don't have an exact job for you, but you sound really interesting and your background is so interesting. So I thought that I needed to call you because I just want to
Wow.
talk about whatever. And like, I would offer you, like,
Good.
I would create a position because I think you're very interesting. And these things actually appeal to employers. Yung going back to the linear and nonlinear, we think na kailangan you're on a straight path. There are actually many employers who recognize the value of someone with a well-rounded experience, at hindi lang ito. Kasi parang, usually kasi pagka sobrang straight line yung journey mo, yun lang yung alam mo eh. and you've never had to do anything else. So parang kung mawala yun or bigyan ka ng ibang assignment, hindi mo na kaya kaagad. Or you're quick to say no and say, oh, it's not my job description, or, not willing to accommodate. And, I remember that time that you first moved to the East Coast and then you're looking for a job. And then I said, Leah, over here, just be indispensable. Like,
Yes, I was gonna
be
say that.
that person who knows kung nasan yung stapler, kung wala yung may alam kung nasan yung stapler, just be the one who knows the office inside out, even just to start. You want to really be indispensable.
Yes.
And
To add to that, that's one of my favorite job tips. It's from Kia. Make sure they cannot live without you.
yeah,
Until now, ginagawa ko pa rin yan.
and it's like in the Philippines kasi I feel like it's so much harder to shine because not because everybody is smart, but there's also a big factor of yung mga kakilala, nepotism and favoritism, and like to even get your foot in the door, parang kailangan may kakilala or whatever, some kind of like an andaming politics, and usually the people that you're competing with also have the same like experience and background as you, so it's kind of very hard to set yourself apart. But moving to at least the States for me, and I'm sure you've experienced this too, if I can encourage mga Pinoy, I would actually like say, you know what, we're so much smarter and we work so much harder and we're very patient, and it's like
Oh, yes.
when and I don't even claim to try my best in every job, but in every job that I go into, everybody's like, oh my god, like what are you like, parang they've never encountered that kind of professionalism and diligence and competence. And parang all I can say is like I'm just from, I guess, another place where we take these things
Seriously.
seriously,
Yes.
or we take pride in our work,
Yes.
na hindi tamad. And also because we probably, as immigrants, and most immigrants know, you don't take opportunities for granted, right? So
True.
parang you're always thinking that there might not be anything else, or it's hard to get another job. So you always just try your best.
Yes.
So
All the time.
that's my tip for job acquisition. And I think in a general like career path, I think one needs to figure out kung ano ba yung objectives mo in your career. And figure out like what kind of work aligns with your values. Kasi
Yeah.
we don't often examine our values eh. Kasi parang ang binibigyan lang tayo ng direction na mag-aral ka, mag-graduate ka, ito yung trabaho. Like, but you have to think about what are your objectives in your career? Kailangan mo ba to climb a corporate ladder? Is that what's going to give you the satisfaction? Kasi many of us are trained to believe that that's the only way. You have to climb a ladder and then you reach the top. But it's not like that for everybody. Diba? Kasi if that's the case, you want to climb a ladder, you want to be a C-level executive one day, you want to manage everybody, basta gusto mo mataas yung position mo, then you need to know everything and do everything to get to that part. But it's not for everybody, and it's okay. Kasi I feel like dati kasi ganun yung that's how you get ahead in life. I feel like the world has changed now.
Me too.
Climbing a ladder, becoming a top manager or something, or C-level executive is not even a guarantee of job security anymore actually these days.
Yes.
Unang nafa-fire nga yung pinakamataas eh, right? And pinakamahal na salary, or the ones who have been there the longest. Hindi na siya
Yes.
guarantee na you're going to be indispensable and needed, especially as we get older. They kind of look at you and parang feel like, oh, are you keeping up with the times? Baka naman you're just a burden or whatever. Hindi na ganon. So I think we all have to reflect on kung ano ba yung gusto natin, For me, I've never really wanted to climb a corporate ladder. And maybe it's because the jobs that I've had aren't really jobs that for me fulfill a mission, or jobs that I really love. The contrast in background nating dalawa, I know you're always told by your family, just do what you love. But in my family kasi hindi ganon. It's always survival. Like in my family, we my siblings and I all tended to lean towards the artistic creative side. And I think it's genetic that we're all very creative, we love to write and whatever, but it was really emphasized from the very beginning that that is not a career path.
Yes.
And that might be sad because sometimes I think about it like, oh, maybe I could have developed into a better artist or whatever. But part of me is also grateful because it's so hard to watch artists struggle, diba? Kasi it's really a hard life.
Yes.
And I'm not sure if I would be able to support a family with that. So I don't blame our parental figures, especially the old-fashioned ones, na parang you're pushing you into a career that makes money. So as a result, because I've never really like pursued something that I truly love and is my heart is in it, I've tried to make sure that the jobs that I have will fulfill my objective. And my objective is to pay the bills, right? And to support the things that I do love. And I've
Yeah.
been able to get by that way. And as a result, I don't think of my job as my life because I'm not in love with it, right? It's not my heart, like it's not completely in it. So parang sa akin, parang I have this idea that, okay, this is a job. I'll do my best in it because it finances my life, right? But I don't have an emotional attachment to it, which I found is very important in a workplace, especially mga office workplace, especially if it's like a capitalist workplace, right? It's really different from like a coaching job because that's really a heart, and teaching that's really a heart, like involves
Yes.
your heart, right? And because you're helping others. But if you're just working for a capitalist and a business and they're just there to make a profit, it's good to remember that to not get yourself so attached to it because your job is not attached to you. It's a hard pill to swallow no matter what your company says. Na we look out for employees, we love you, we treat you like family. It's not. You are just a tool to achieve their objective, which is to make money. So you have to remember to have your own objectives that aren't the company's objectives, even if it means na you just see this work job as something that finances other parts of your life. I think it's a healthy thing, or but whatever it is, to identify kung bakit mo ba ginagawa to. And any answer is fine. Kasi nga yung training natin, it's like we're taught so many things na how to live our life, especially career-wise. Climbing a ladder, especially, it's, I don't know, it's good if that's something that you want to do, but trust me, and this is, people have said this before, there's so much competition at the top. It's not even a guarantee of job security, right? Because it gets more cutthroat and madaming politika. There's a lot of backbiting. It's a lot more stress and emotional toll on you to be always fighting and competing with somebody. And if you can find like, financially, I wouldn't even say lucrative, but it financially like satisfactory job that you can manage and you can do well and prove yourself to be indispensable even at that lower level. I feel like in my experience, there's less competition, and also I feel like it's easier to actually coast and get by, and pagka yan na yung mga layoffs, a lot of the times they actually overlook you kasi hindi ikaw yung highest paid. Hindi ikaw yung ini-evaluate na parang, oh shit, itong mga manager na to, baka ang laki ng sweldo, maybe we can replace them with like, 20-year-olds or something na ganon. Parang, yeah, it's, sometimes I feel like, am I dumbing myself down or parang I'm pretending to be stupid or whatever? And it just supports my belief na your company really is not looking out for you, no matter how much you want to believe,
True.
especially if it's a, it's a commercial company. So you need to look out for yourself, and you have to have limits for yourself and boundaries for yourself.
Oh,
Don't bend over backwards for a company that who doesn't have your back naman, and when it comes down to it. So
true.
don't
Wow.
sacrifice yourself and don't sacrifice your values. That's why it's very important to know what your values are. 'Di ba? Kasi sometimes kaka-climb mo ng ladder because you want to achieve, like, reach this position, you actually betray your own values, and suddenly you're lying, you're cheating, you're doing something illegal, all because you want to reach this goal. So you need to know
True.
who you are first and what you won't compromise, so that you know when to walk away from something, so
That's
yeah.
interesting. Totoo yun. I was thinking about, you know, doing what you love. Because back in the Philippines nga, basta sports, I'm happy. But of course, they don't pay much then. There was a time I was like, having three jobs.
Mhm,
So I was a part-time teacher in a college,
mhm,
part-time teacher in another school, and then I was doing an online job. Yun naman
mhm,
yung sobra kong gusto. I was doing softball performance online. Pero as in, if you really sum that up, I'm like, yun lang. But because I love what I was doing,
mhm,
you were not thinking of that. And of course, although no bills that I was with my family, but I had at least resources to at least go out,
mhm,
at
mhm,
travel locally, diba? But and then now I'm here in North America. It's my first office job ever, right? And it's also interesting. Again, survival mode, right? You come here, you have to survive because it pays the bills. Um, but I never stopped looking for that coaching job.
mhm,
So right now it's my coaching job is
mhm,
part-time, and I think the most memorable uh part-time coaching job I did was with the Blue Jays, right? And it's
mhm,
like I would never think I would be part of that, and I learned so much until now.
mhm,
I was just teaching
mhm,
camps, but now because I think of that background, I was hired to head a baseball team. Yun yung talagang gusto ko to head a baseball team and not just to be, to teaching. Although I love teaching skills, but it's so different if you're the head coach.
mhm,
Um, but yes, so I like that about knowing your objectives. So right now in my corporate job, the universe is really kind. I'm really in a good company.
mhm,
Although I know the b- the pay's not like super,
mhm,
but it
mhm,
pays the bills really, and um the benefits naman, I have to say, is really
mhm,
good. So
mhm,
I'm happy with those like nice glasses, diba? So you can like those little things that you will think about. So yun, that's true. I was thinking of that like the pandemic too, right? I mean, nakasurvive because nga your job. Although
yeah,
if you really
yeah,
want to climb up the ladder, go, right? I
mhm,
mean, I learned that a lot now with corporations, like, oh, like our company, if you want to they will give you tools. If you want
mhm,
this, then take
mhm,
this in courses we have for the company. We'll teach you about leadership, and then tell your manager, and then we'll see if there's an opening, go
yeah,
for it. That's how we
you
are
know
in our company, which is nice. But
uh
yes.
something to say about the boring office job. These are the jobs that survived the pandemic, right? These are the jobs that were able to become remote. So if we actually had like the other kinds of jobs where you really needed to be in person, like, we don't know where we would be now or what
Yeah,
risks that we had to take. So I'm very grateful that
I am too.
I had the job that I had, right? And additional things that I wanted to mention aside from earlier being indispensable, being confident in your worth, and you don't it's hard to do that when you're young because you don't have the life experience. I remember the two of us, we had this conversation na medyo confident na tayo sa interview ngayon because of our background and all our experience. So I think it's very important to know your own value, even if it's a job na parang feeling mo hindi mo kaya or you might not have the experience for it. You have the experience in all other things, which is also the importance of being a well-rounded person and not saying no to things just because it's not in your immediate like straight line that's been carved out for you. Tingnan mo nga ako, like I've been working in an office even though I have a vet med core degree, right? So it's completely like flawed. And then I write on the side, and now I'm painting,
Nice.
you know.
Yes.
So
The paintings.
I wouldn't have been able to do all the other things if I didn't have an office job that finances it. So knowing your worth in a company will also remind you that your company is not your friend. No matter how they sell that to you, because they're also very effective in selling that to you, they're not your friend, and your coworkers are not your friends. Of course, you'll meet some who might become your friends for life, but the actual like regular coworkers, don't think that they will always have your back or be so trustworthy. And it's really better to keep that thing separate because it will affect your job. It will affect your job if you like cross a line with your coworkers. Siguro after na umalis ka dun sa company, then you can become closer. But when you're still in the company, try to keep things like at a professional level and keep your barkada outside of work. I think ano yun common thing that you do, because I guess especially in the Philippines, you spend so much time at work, so parang nagiging barkada mo na rin yung mga office mate mo. But it often backfires because there's so much drama in friendships, or sometimes something that you do in your personal life, you don't want to carry over to your professional life. So if you can, you just keep those two separate. And it's also easy to get comfortable in a job and parang just feel like you're just going to have this job forever. I think the best advice I can give here is to always be looking ahead, at least, looking around what are
Yeah.
the industry standards for your position? What other companies are offering this job? If I have friends who have a similar job, like, how are they doing? How's their company like? Get a gauge of what the compensation is like elsewhere. Somehow, like, just figure it out. Not saying na parang flight risk ka parati sa job mo, but if you're not necessarily looking for another job, but if that switch is turned on and you're aware of industry standards and comps and opportunities out there, your demeanor changes because you know that you have something else and your employer recognizes that in you. Kahit with unspoken, if your employer knows that you realize you're competent enough to get another job, they will respect you more and they'll actually take care of you more because they don't want to lose you. Wag ka naman mag-type ng resume mo while you're in your job, okay? Wag ka naman pumunta sa LinkedIn while you're in your job. But just be aware. And if in casual conversation in the workplace, you can mention that you have friends in the same industry or whatever, so that they know that you're not stuck there. Kasi yun yung inaabuso na employees, the ones that they know are stuck there. And you hear it also all the time too sa mga managers, like they say, like, wala namang ano yan matanda na. Or parang like they're too old anyway to find another job, or wala namang mahahanap na iba, so parang binibigay lahat ng work doon because wala naman silang choice. You don't
Yeah.
want to be that person. You always want to be that person na, yeah, I'm good at my job, I'm not a doormat. And without saying it, you have to appear like you have other options. Kasi the probability that your employer will take advantage of you will be less if they know that you don't have to put up with their crap. And I learned this also because I had a job where I was stuck, and they really take advantage of the fact na you're not gonna do anything no matter how poorly they treat you,
Wow.
right? Any other
That's
tips from
interesting.
you?
Other tips to keep the job or being in a job, I think really is just knowing your company and what it can offer, right?
Mhm.
And don't be afraid if they ask you to do something. Sometimes they'll ask you to do something outside
Mhm.
your description or your role, not to the point yet to abuse, but if it's something going to help you, even though you think, Teka, I'm not supposed to do that, but because maybe they trust you to do another project, go for it. You will learn. You
Mhm.
might like it, right? Um, like me, I'm in a call. I don't call it call center. Yeah, I think it's contact center, so it's
Mhm.
easier. So it's a contact center. If they have any concerns, they just call us so we can assist, right? And then since I'm a teacher and now that I've been with the job almost imagine 7 years, almost seven
Wow.
years. Can you believe that? So now they're asking me now to teach the new employees, and I would say yes. And if there's always a new project, can you do this? I would say yes because it keeps my mind moving and learning
Mhm.
and making me interested. Like, oh, I think this is what I want to do next because you
Mhm.
discover other things. Because again, it's my first corporate job, so I'm just like knowing the ins and outs. But and if there's any, I hope your company has, as I said, like CLCs or ERGs, right? Like employee resource groups. Join.
Mhm.
Uh, don't be stuck in what you're just doing. Explore your company. You're there already, and then eventually you'll find really what you're passionate about or the thing you really
Mhm.
enjoy. And
Mhm.
then eventually you build yourself, and then you might look for another company who will pay more because you've gained that experience
Mhm.
already.
Mhm.
So yes,
Um,
learning.
Related to that, I think it's also important to know, and it's challenging if you're younger because you're not that patient. Tapos parang feeling mo, bakit walang direction? Or parang, why haven't I found my dream job or whatever? I think you just have to be open-minded and just do, one step at a time. And I think feel like your path will materialize in front of you. You know, one last tip related to what you said is, and this is something that I found a lot of employees or people that I meet, they don't pay attention to, or they don't understand it, is interpreting the benefits provided by your company,
Yeah.
especially healthcare benefits, because it's always so confusing. I think in the North America, Europe, and big companies or international companies in the Philippines, merong healthcare package, it's always so confusing. Lahat ng mga benefits, like, it's so hard to understand. And I've always made it my mission to understand it and to ask all the questions and to figure it out. Tapos, actually, eventually, ako na yung nagtuturo dun sa mga ibang tao because some of them are there for 10 years, hindi nila maintindihan because the language is really designed to confuse you para wag mo nang pakialaman and you'll just deal with the consequences. Yun pala, there's a better healthcare package that you can avail of. There's a better this and that, but your employer is not gonna lead you in the right direction that's most beneficial to you, right? You need to learn
True.
on your own, but it's such an awkward thing to think about and to ask about. So many people don't ask about it, but if you take that time, I think you can maximize the benefits that are available to you, and there are a lot if you just pay attention. So that's one of the job housekeeping tips that I have.
Nice.
And I have really enjoyed our conversation today.
Yes. Me too.
And I think we're actually pretty on time and not like super OT today. So I'm
Yes.
very impressed. But great conversation as our season starter.
Yes.
Any final words from you?
Final words, as I said a while ago, do what you love, the money will come. I know that's the
Mhm.
first thing you want, of course, is make sure that you have the
Mhm.
money, right? The resources, but it will come. Learn some more, be the best at what you're doing. Because at this point, any specific thing, there's already somebody who does it, right? The littlest
Mhm.
thing already. Um, of course, don't be afraid of change. Learn because it's so fast
Mhm.
already
Mhm.
now,
Mhm.
unlike before, right? Like I was just thinking a while ago, wow, before you put the paper in the inbox and there's an outbox, but now emails, it's just
Yung
so.
Ano yung
fast.
parang folder na pinapasa-pasa? I forgot that. Yung
Oo.
may kino-cross out yung name, tas may documents. I even forgot what that's called, but they used to have that. Tas pinapasa sa bawat department, tas merong cart, tas ilalagay sa in
Oo,
and out. Like,
'di ba?
so
So
much has
now
changed since
it's
we first started working.
exactly. Now it's so fast. You can just talk to the person. You just message, "Are we all good?" Yes. So everything is just fast paced and it may be scary, but it's exciting. So don't be afraid to learn and just hone your skills. Of course, work-life balance, may term ng ganun ngayon, 'di ba? It's so
Mhm,
interesting really now, the world we have. It's
mhm.
from how we started, there's still life outside work. But
Uh-huh.
yun, if you can enjoy your work, go for it. And yes, I like that. Know your objectives and why you're
Yeah.
working. So at
Yeah.
least you know
Know your
why you wake up every
objectives,
day.
right? Yeah, no, and also know your values. A lot of people actually don't know their values. So because the values will guide you in every aspect of your life. So
Yes.
that's very important. And for young people especially, don't be afraid to start small. I'm very
Mhm.
disappointed when I talk to young people tapos first job pa lang ang dami ng requirement. Ito na yung minimum salary. Ayoko naka-uniform. Ayoko na assistant ako. Gusto ko manager agad. Yung mga ganon na parang lumugar ng konti. Like,
Yes,
you know that
patient.
you don't have the experience yet. So don't like ask for so much. I guess some people, they get by like that. Tapos parang bahala na. I'll just wing it. Right. I understand that not everybody has the privilege of starting with low comp. So some of us like really have like a minimum that you need to make, especially if your objective in your work is to finance your life. So I understand those requirements, but also we should also be realistic, especially if we really don't have that experience, because there are other people around us who, it's going to be very hard to compete if you're trying to compete with, seasoned
Yes.
professionals. And if you're a seasoned professional, don't be complacent. Keep up with the technology, because everything is run by technology now. And when it comes time to like layoffs and management looking for people to get rid of, it's going to be the people who are too stubborn or too lazy and too complacent to learn new technology, which is already very basic to a fresh grad, na you'll be so easily replaced.
True.
Yan. So
Wow. Right.
good job.
Good job.
Good job. Literally good job, and good jobs to us. My wish for us is to just continue to have our successful for us, for our own standards, our career. And that is the most important standard that you need to live up to, not someone else's standard. And don't try not to compete with other people's timelines and direction. Make sure that you're pleasing
Oh, yes.
yourself,
I
right?
agree. I call myself late bloomer because I really don't have that timeline. I really take it slow until it will come. Be
Yeah. Because I will also learn, kasi in my younger years, I felt like, ano ba, hindi ko pa rin nahahanap the thing that I love the most so I can work and in that kind of job. But being my age now, I'm actually glad that I don't have that kind of job, because with the direction that I chose or that materialized in front of me, I'm able to do all the other things that I love without the pressure of needing to make money from them. And I think that's a really valuable gift. I guess just keep at it. It's not saying it's easy, but
yes.
just keep at it.
Yes.
Yeah.
Thanks, Kia. Sobrang nice start to our second season
Yeah.
first episode. I can't wait for our next one.
Yeah, thanks again for doing this with me, Leah. Looking forward to a very productive and colorful and fun second season with you.
Yes,
And
so
to our listeners, thanks again for joining us today and starting our season 2 with us.
yes, this has been another episode of Salt and Pepe Podcast.
Mm. Hope you all enjoyed this conversation. You know where to find us.
Yes, all social medias, and of course, keep on listening.
Thank
Bye.
you. Bye.
Bye.
Thanks for letting us spice up your day.
Keep on listening to Salt and Pepe Podcast.
Konting alat
Konting anghang.
and Pepe all around.
This has been Leah.
And Shakira.
See you next time.